Alright guys, so today's demo is on door and window types and how to draw them. So when we draw floor plans, we have to show where the doors are going to be, where the windows are going to be, and there's different types of doors. So for instance, your very standard swing door, if you have your wall like so, it will be typically a small rectangular with the arc that represents the swing of the door. Now the thickness of this rectangle is not as important. It's just really more symbolic, meaning it's just a shape that we are saying that it represents a door. So if this is roughly about 6 inches, we usually draw this anywhere from 2 to 3 inches thick in scale. But again, it doesn't really matter. What is important is that you draw your opening to the size of the door that you want. So if this is a 3-foot door, then you're going to draw your opening at 3 foot. And then you're also going to draw your door slab from here to here at 3 foot. So that will be your swing door. And then French doors are very similar to the swing door. I'm going to draw that. And then whatever the width of the French door is. And then you're going to draw these 2 arcs that represents a door that swings outwards like a French door. And then another type of door is a slider. Oftentimes either when you're going out to the patio or when you are drawing a closet door and such. So here's your 2 walls. Again, the opening in the wall represents the opening of your door. And a slider is quite simply represented as 2 slabs that are kind of sort of overlapped to one another. So that's how you would draw a slider. Another type of door. So anyway, let me actually write this down. So swing, a French, and you have slider. And then another type of door would be a bifold. So again, bifolds could be used for closets, or it can be used for laundry rooms and such. So bifold, you're going to show it as 2 slabs that kind of fold like that. And I would leave a little opening, just to say that it's kind of semi-open, but that's how you would represent a bifold door. And then another type, or the last type that we're going to cover, at least in this class, is a pocket door. So pocket door looks, let me go down here. So you will have a door opening. Let's say it opens from here to here. So again, you will draw your walls to the opening. But when you start to draw the top door itself, you're going to show a pocket. And then you're going to show a little bit of the door sticking out. Like that. And so that will be a pocket door. Well, maybe we should show it coming out a little bit further. It's a pocket. So just try to remember, guys. Swing door, French door, slider, bifold, and a pocket. So now let's get down to the windows. Now when it comes to windows on floor plans, again, you're going to show your wall and you're going to cut to the width of your window. And then simply on a floor plan, it is acceptable to just kind of draw a line in the middle, or maybe a double line to represent the thickness. You can also show a little bit of a window frame if you wish, but all of that stuff is all extra. What is really important is that you draw your opening to the size of your window. That's actually the most important part. And really, from a plan view, you can't really tell whether this is a fixed window, a slider, or a double hung or all this different types of windows. It's really hard to show the operation, although this is somewhat representative of a fixed window, meaning that the glass doesn't move at all. And then another type will be a slider, and I suppose, and these are all again optional, if you wanted to show, I guess, a sliding function, you can show two panes of glass, just kind of like the sliding door, if you will. Again, you can show the frame and all that other good stuff. And I can tell you that whether you draw it this way or that way, it really doesn't matter, because for windows and the type of windows and to show what type of window you're using, you're going to really show it in elevation. So I'm going to switch to elevation now, and let's say you had your house and then you have your window. A fixed window would just be a box. You can again detail it out and show the frame. You can show the the crown molding if you wish, and the side trim, the sill. So you could detail that out as much as you want, but in general, a fixed window is just really just a square, and maybe you would just show a hint of a window frame. So that would be your fixed window. Now the next type of window will be your slider. So on a slider, usually a little bit wider, what I like to do is I like to show the frame, and then I like to show the part of the window that actually slides within the frame. So this guy is the window that actually slides back and forth, and then there's obviously a window behind this window, and that one will get tucked underneath behind like that. So that would be a slider, and then you're going to show an arrow to represent that this is the window that slides back and forth. And then another type of window is called a double hung. Also, this is a slider. Another type of window is a double hung, and they're usually a little bit longer. Double hung, or we call it single hung. The difference between a double hung and a single hung is that the double hung, the top window and the bottom window, they both can move up and down. A single hung, only one of the windows will move up and down. So again, you want to show the frame of the window itself. And maybe in this case the bottom will move up. So then you want to show the bottom window, which comes in its own frame. And the top window, which is also in its own frame. And then you will show an arrow to say that this bottom one goes up and down. So that would be a single hung. If it's a double hung, you will show an arrow on both windows so that they both slide up and down. So that's a double hung or a single hung. You will show it the same way. Now casement window are very similar to like a door. It actually swings out. So on a floor plan, the casement would kind of operate. So if you had your window here, the casement window will actually swing like a door, right? So it will just swing open. So on an elevation, when you show a casement window, again, you're going to draw the width and the height of the window, and then you're going to draw a little frame inside. By the way, the thickness of the frame, again, it doesn't matter, right? It's really, every manufacturer will have a slight difference in the frame thickness and the frame size. It really doesn't matter. What matters is really the outside dimension and the height, outside to outside, width and height. That is what you want to draw accurately. Everything inside of that is really kind of bonus. So again, I would draw the frame anywhere from, in scale, maybe 2 to 3 inches again. So on a casement window, we're looking at it and we're saying that it swings. So we can't really show it as a slider, like these sliding doors. But we're saying that it swings open. So what we do is, let's say if it swings open and the hinges are here, then we're going to show a hinge direction, which is a long dot long line. So that means that this door opens, or window, sorry, opens like that. And obviously if it opens the other way, then you're going to show it with the hinge point on this side, on the left side, right? So that would be a casement window. And then the last window that we're going to talk about is an awning. Again, awning on the plan view kind of looks the same thing. It's just an opening, and we're just saying that's a window. Awning are kind of ones that open. Here, I'll try to draw it three-dimensional for you here. Let me get to if you have your house here and you have a window, awning kind of opens like that. It tips outwards, right? Yeah. So an awning, again, in elevation, you're going to draw from frame to frame, inside frame. And if it's going to pivot outwards, then you're going to show the hinge on this side. So you're going to do a zippo that looks like that. Now if it pivots, let's say, from the top, and it opens from the top, which is pretty rare, you're going to put the hinge on the bottom, and you're going to show a long dot dash, so that we're saying it hinge, so that we're hinging this way, right? So that would be an awning. Okay, so fixed, slider, double hung or single hung, casement, which opens like a door. So you would only draw one of these things, either this one or that one, depending on which way it opens, whether it opens like this or like this. And then you have your awning window, which opens from either the top or the bottom. Alright guys, we'll see you guys on the next demo.